What's up, guys, to another episode of Tuned Engines. And on today's episode, we're gonna see if we can get this truck, this 1962 C10, back together so we can go ahead and start it. But first, there's a bunch of stuff we have to do, so let me go ahead and tell you what we have to do. Let's get into the video, guys. All right, guys, so you know I've been working on this 1962 C10 for a while now, and I think now it's time to go ahead and turn over the key and go cruising down the street, guys, because this truck needs to be back on the road. But let me go ahead and tell you what we have to do first so we can go ahead and accomplish that. All right, guys, so the first thing I went ahead and did was I purchased a new carburetor. This is a 600 CMF Eldorrock carburetor, as you can see. And then it's a 4-bore, if you're wondering, 4-bore, so you can fit the same one. And 600 CFM might be a little bit, but it's what this engine requires, and it's gonna be plenty for us because we're on plan on putting a bunch of power down. And also the next thing we have to do is we have to hook up the starter, hook up the water pump, put the last bolts on the transmission. And I believe I'm forgetting something else. Oh yeah, turn over the engine, guys. So we got to put fuel in there. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and get started so we can get this done and start cruising down the road. And also, this might be a 2-part video, so stay tuned. But we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, as you can see, we got the engine here, the new one we just put in, the 350cc cubic inch V8 engine. As you can see, this carburetor has seen better days, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and take this thing off. And we're gonna go ahead and put this one on right here. As you can see, this is our new one. Looks super duper cool with Eldorrock. And I think we might go ahead and get a 14-inch air filter for this too, like on the white one. So yeah, guys, so the first thing we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna go ahead and remove this old carburetor and see if we can hook up the new one. Supposedly it should be able to connect easily. All right, guys, so it should be able to connect easily, but hopefully it does. If not, we're gonna have a problem. So let's get right into it, and also have new gaskets and everything for the truck. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. Alright, guys, so you can see we have a new gasket right here, and this is the old one. But as you can see, like, this one has like the adapter plates right here. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and line them up like that, and we can they can almost fit. Yeah, they do fit. Look, see. Cool. So let's go ahead and put this thing on.
All the miles and risks that we take, we on the road and we own the sky, on the edge.
Alright, guys, as you see, we got the new carbon, and it looks freaking amazing. It looks freaking cool. But the only problem that we're running into is that these bolts from the stock carburetor, they're a little bit too long, actually. So what I have to do is I'm gonna go ahead and take one of these. Probably gonna have to go 1/4 inch shorter so you can get a good grip and like you can like tighten it down all the way. So for now, we're gonna go ahead and stop with mounting the carburetor, but we know it fits perfectly. And I think right now I'm actually gonna go ahead and start connecting all these like gas lines, then the starter, and I'm probably gonna end up leaving the water pump till the end. So yeah, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and do that now. So let's go ahead and start connecting all the gas stuff and the fuel stuff. Alright, guys, let me go into what we have next to do. So the next thing we have to do is as you can see, we have our fuel line connected. So the problem we're running into right now is that this fuel line, this is from the 283, I believe, from the smaller engine, it's having problems like reaching down here to the fuel pump. So we're gonna go ahead and have to switch this whole connection out for this one, since this one's like the one that came with this engine. We're gonna go ahead and swap them over real quick, put some I guess what you call it, nylon tape, and go ahead and put it back on. So yeah, let's go ahead and start doing that, guys. Alright guys, what's up? It's day 2 of trying to get this truck started. So yesterday, after I was done recording, I noticed that whenever I was opening up the gas or the throttle for the carburetor, it was actually hitting at the bottom. Look here, I'll show you. So whenever I give it throttle, you can see it moves because it's hitting the bottom. So actually when I hit and bought this 1-inch adapter at AutoZone, so we can go ahead and put it on, get the carburetor lifted so it won't hit from the bottom. And I also bought some new spark plugs. So these are new spark plugs I got. They're the cheap ones, copper ones. So we're gonna go ahead and put them on and see if we can get this truck started as soon as possible. And if you remember, guys, this is gonna be a 2-part series. So this will be the first video, and then like the second video, hopefully I can get the truck started by then. So let's keep on working.
The road destroyed. Let's make some noise and make the whole world hear us tonight. And I need you now, more than ever, more than ever. And I hear you now, more than ever, more than ever. We can hide out.
Alright guys, another thing I went ahead and got was these bolts, because like if you can see, these are the ones it comes with, and they are super short. Like they were not gonna reach. This is how they look. This is how they look like. By the way, you can see they're not even sticking out. So I went ahead and got some new bolts as well, so you can go ahead and put it on, and they work perfectly with the washer and the lock washer. So yeah, let's keep on going, guys.
The sky on the edge where it's so alive. Red line, open up and come to me. The faster we go, the faster we are free. And I need you now, more than ever, more than ever. And I hear you now, more than ever, more than ever.
Alright guys, so the next step is we're gonna go ahead and connect all the throttle stuff. This is a throttle linkage. So we're gonna go ahead and connect it to right here to the throttle of the carburetor. Look, I'll show y'all. You can see that opens. And we're gonna go ahead and connect it to the truck, which is all the way back there. So basically this is gonna go like this. Back here. Like that. Oh, and then afterwards you might have to adjust it so it can be properly opening and closing. So yeah, let's get to it.
As the sun goes down on our city, the only sound.
Alright guys, now that you see, we have basically everything connected on the top besides the spark plugs and the plug wires, but we're gonna do it at the end. So now the next thing is we have to go ahead and change the oil or put new oil on this truck. So we're going ahead and got a Fram Extra Guard filter, and I'm gonna use 10W30, but I might switch over to 10W40, but just so we can get started. But yeah guys, so now we have to do an oil change for this truck. And just like that, guys, we're one step closer to starting this truck. So let's keep on moving.
Faces full of light. When we run, we're chasing midnight. We feel the lows and we feel the highs, but everything will be alright. Let's pretend.
Alright guys, so the oil doesn't look that bad, so that's a good, because like this engine was sitting for like a few months, so it's a good thing that the oil doesn't look with any water or anything, so that's a good thing.
We feel the lows and we feel the highs, but everything will be
Alright guys, we have our new oil filter here, so we're gonna go ahead and put it on right there where it goes.
all the miles and risks that we'd take. We on the road and we on the sky. On the edge, we're so alive.
Alright guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and put the new oil in. So let's go ahead and start doing that. And guys, as you can see, we're all the way at full, so that's good. So that means we can basically turn it on now. Alright guys, so we put the battery on. This is not the right battery, but I'm gonna put on for right now. And we basically have everything ready to go. The first thing I'm gonna do is just crank it over with the, see what happens with the starter, make sure everything's good. And then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and connect all the spark plugs and put fuel in it. But yeah guys, so we're so close, we're so close. We just have to do this and see how everything's doing. So let's go ahead and do that really quick. Alright guys, so we're gonna go ahead and turn it over. We got oil pressure and everything, so that's good. So, and guys, the only reason why I'm doing this is because I want to make sure that the engine is turning over and like actually spinning. It's not locked up. So we're gonna keep on doing this just one more time, because I know it's spinning for sure. And we also got gas. Alright guys, so you saw we were able to turn over the engine, so now we're gonna go ahead and put the spark plugs in so we can go ahead and actually turn it on. So let's go ahead and put the spark plugs. I'm just gonna go ahead and put them on really quick and come back when they're on. So yeah, let me go do that really quick. By the way guys, we went ahead and got some AC Delco spark plugs, some just cheap ones, some copper ones. So we're gonna go ahead and put them on so we can turn over the engine. And another thing guys is that I'm not gonna put the water pump in right now, because I'm not gonna turn over the engine that long, or I'm not gonna turn it on that long. So we're just gonna go ahead and leave it with that water pump. And I'm just gonna turn it on for like a few seconds. So yeah, so we're gonna put that on later, and also the alternator right here. Guys, so I basically got everything back together, as you can see. And now we're gonna go ahead and start the truck for the first time, or at least this engine for the first time. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and put some what's it called, starting fluid. So you're gonna go ahead and start. And let's go ahead and turn over the key. Oh snap guys, alright, let's go ahead and try again. Okay, so the first problem is we have to go ahead and change this filter, because I'm not sure why, but it has like 2 connections. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch out for another one I have. Let's go ahead and do that really quick. right, guys, you saw that we got the engine started. Oh my god, I feel so freaking happy. But yeah, guys, so we got the engine started, but I'm gonna go ahead and stop right now. This will be part 1, and the reason is because like I still gotta figure out some more small like stuff. Like it's leaking a little bit of gas down here. I don't want to turn on anymore. I think it's leaking from right here, from like the gasket. Actually, I think it is from there. So I might have to check that out. And then like the reason why I was gonna do a 2-part video is because like part 1 was gonna go ahead and start the engine and like get running first, or at least so I can hear it. And then like the second video was like actually I was driving around and like going freaking like in the street and all that. But yeah, so this is gonna be part 1, guys, and stay tuned for part 2 so we can keep on getting this truck on the road. But yeah, this is basically done. The next thing I'm gonna do in the next video is probably like just put this back together, the fan and the alternator, and that's it. But yeah, pretty much it's ready to go, besides like the little what's it called, fuel mishap. But we'll get that checked out. Alright, guys, so that's it for part 1. As y'all saw, we were able to hear the engine, the beautiful 350 V8 for the first time. Part 2 is gonna be us driving around, so yeah, stay tuned for that, guys. Alright, guys, well, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, and I'll see you all next time. And stay tuned for the next video.